How to find good, solid friends. In my experience, this has been really difficult because I didn't know what to look for. I didn't know what patterns in people to look for. I didn't know what was healthy and what was not healthy. Um, and most of all, I personally was not in a healthy state to be around anybody that was uh, that was meaningful, that I could build a meaningful relationship with. And going back to one of my relationship videos that I had, where I said, essentially, you are what you attract. So if you are needy and a vampire, low self confidence, low self esteem, you're gonna get friends just like that. But I got a formula that'll help you out. Look for progress, vision, purposefulness, on a mission. Look for these things in people's lives. You'll be able to discern between the people who are at best acquaintances, drinking buddies, whatever, from the people who are lifelong friends, whether or not they're always there with you or not. That's that doesn't mean anything. People who will have an impact in a good way on your life. But how could I possibly know that? How could I know how to discern between people who are good friends and bad friends? Because I'd split up the friendships that I've had into three phases. My initial one, I spent I spent 2 years in one high school and 2 years in another. My first 2 years, the first phase of this sort of social experiment is I hung around people who were dark, who were shady, and guess what? They were dealing weed across the table in class. I was at the mall stealing. I was treating people like crap. I was a jackass. Mm. It was, but those are the people who I hung around with. And why did I hang around them? Because I had low value, low self value. I didn't value myself as a person very much. I had low self esteem. I was a dick. I didn't like people at all. I was super angry. A lot of stuff was going down at home, and I took that with me to school, and I was angry. And then in the second phase, it's interesting because it switched from being angry to just having low self esteem, low value, low self value, low self esteem. And I hung around people who had the same stuff. You know, coincidentally, they were all gamer nerds, but it is what it is. Um, but they were all. I mean, we all had low self esteem. We were vampiring off each other to make each other feel good. Man, did they betray each other like crazy though? And that's when I realized, man, these aren't good friends either. Like they might be there for me, and I will always treasure that. But in the long run, these people aren't making any progress. Every single day, I'm taking a step towards being a better person, and they're still playing Battlefield 2 every day for as long as they can until they have to go to school again. And I'm there watching like Eric Thomas and learning how to program so that I can eventually get my own ticket out of here. And then the third final phase that made me realize this situation is sort of a two-parter. The first half I was experimenting. I figured, well, okay, let's be a little more selective with who I'm friends with. Because I moved into a new area of people. I was around new people. I didn't really know what was happening, but I didn't know anyone. It was a fresh start on friends, basically. Even though I don't really believe in like a reputation around people, because depending on your personality, you should be able to change that. I've been able to do that, but I didn't know anybody. I was a complete stranger, no friends, and better people. I was around better people, but guess what? These people, while being better, were making no progress in their lives. They did the same thing they did last week. They did the same thing they did the week before. They weren't going anywhere. They were flatlining. But in the second phase of the last part of this experiment, I realized my God, every single person that I talk to who is making progress in their lives, I have meaningful conversations with. Every single one of them. My partner, my brothers, my people I meet online, just from like Twitter. Some of the people I've talked to on Twitter, like some of them are dads and parents, and who have come to me for help with certain technologies, and it's really cool because they're taking big steps in their lives, and they're amazing people to talk to. And you can tell by the way that they're talking and the content of our conversations that these people are really cool people. And then, of course, I meet the same kind of people that I met in the first and second phase of this experiment, and needy people who are looking for attention and low self esteem, low value. When you apply the is this person making progress in their life principle to whether or not you let someone in, to whether or not you spend a lot of time with somebody, it becomes a lot more clear. I I'm able to, I don't want to say, I don't like saying weed out with human beings, but that's what it is. You're getting rid of the riffraff who would otherwise feed off of your energy, instead of you being able to be around people who are meaningful, energetic, purposeful, mission driven. Those are the people you want to be around, because they're going to help you help yourself create the best life that you could possibly have. And when you're around people like that, they tend to make the best relationships. And when it comes time for you to be in a romantic relationship, you want it to be with somebody who is there on purpose for you, someone who is making progress in their life with you, so that the relationship is then purposeful and making progress. You make a habit out of those two things with somebody, you're going to have a very eventful and happy life. It won't be smooth sailing, but it'll be something like islands in a stream. Look it up.